In 1912, Dale Carnegie taught his first public speaking class in a New York YMCA, with no textbook, no curriculum, and $40 to his name. 20 years later, he had trained over 15,000 people. 40 years later, his book had sold 30 million copies. And the lesson, the single lesson that drove all of it, was one that most people find deeply uncomfortable. 85% of your financial success in life is determined by your ability to connect with people. Not your intelligence, not your education, not your technical skill. Your ability to make people feel understood. Carnegie had not always known this. He had been a struggling salesman, a failed actor, a mediocre writer. He studied successful people obsessively, not their strategies, not their systems, but the way they made other people feel. He discovered that nearly every conflict, every failed negotiation, every broken relationship, every missed opportunity came down to the same root cause. People feel unseen. When you criticize someone, you are not teaching them, you are wounding them. The human mind does not accept criticism the way we think it should, logically, gracefully, as useful feedback. It defends, it retaliates, it remembers. Criticism is futile, Carnegie wrote, because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes them strive to justify themselves. So, what works instead? The second principle is appreciation, and Carnegie was clear this is not flattery. Flattery is empty. People feel it instantly. What Carnegie described was genuine, specific recognition of what the other person is doing well. Every person carries an invisible sign around their neck that reads, "Make me feel important." The leaders who understand this do not manipulate. They notice, they acknowledge, and in noticing, they unlock something in the other person that no amount of authority or pressure ever could. The third principle is the most counterintuitive. Carnegie called it arousing in the other person an eager want. Not telling people what you want, finding out what they want, and showing them how doing what you want is the path to getting what they want. The fourth principle is the hardest. Carnegie called it becoming genuinely interested in other people. Not performing interest. Genuinely wanting to know what the other person cares about, what they have built, what they love, what they fear. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people, Carnegie wrote, than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Carnegie's course was not about charm or charisma. It was about something simpler and harder, learning to place other people's perspective at the center of every interaction. He had discovered something every philosopher and every effective leader in history had confirmed. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Not as a slogan, as a discipline. When people feel genuinely seen, they become allies. When they don't, no amount of skill, intelligence, or argument will win them over. 85% of your success in life will be determined by one question. Do the people around you feel genuinely understood?